Okay, now we're gonna film the Loom so you can actually see my computer settings that I can't show you while I'm actually in a Zoom. Hopefully that makes sense. Yay! We are looming now to show you my screen settings to help you Zoom better. In that Zoom, we set up a webinar for a real estate update webinar for a client of mine. It says it's happening now. It's not. This was just a test case. But if we wanted to go live and we had people in the room that we actually sent invitations to, we would just hit that start button. We do not, but that is how you would start your Zoom webinar after you've scheduled it and sent out invitations and required registration. Click that little settings button and it brought up this settings tab. We have general. Even though I am looming a video, I'm showing you how to use Zoom video conferencing. So we're in the Zoom settings. You can use dual monitors if you want to have, say, your notes on one section, to have where you're filming over on another monitor, and then your actual Zoom on another monitor. It says automatically copy invitation URL once meeting starts. I like that because then it's in my clipboard, and then as people either text me or something comes up, I can just paste to anyone that's looking for that invitation at that time. So I really like having the invitation on my clipboard. Otherwise, I use Evernote for that, but I use Evernote a lot these days to just drop notes. It's almost like a daily blog for me. So I have a day in the life of, and that's where I just put all notes of things that I'm doing right now. So I would actually have an Evernote note up in my Zoom conferences, and then I would paste that invitation there as well. And let's show you some of the settings to protect you in Zoom while using Loom. We're going to click video there. It's going to pull up the video in your screen to show you what you'll look like when you go live. These are my settings, so feel free to copy them as well. You have FaceTime HD camera. I'm using my iMac, so I'm just using the built-in camera right now to stream. It's 16 by wide. 16 by wide. I'm hungry. I need to go eat. So we're going to get this done very quickly. 16 by 9, which is the wide screen for you to use either for your YouTube videos or what's known as cinema style video production. It's how we prefer doing and filming video. Enable HD. Absolutely. You want to be as high quality as possible. You want to look your best when you are running a Zoom meeting or a Zoom conference, web conference. Or webinar. Mirror my video. So that's a cool feature. If you click on that, you'll see it changes. And the neat thing about this is it's a little trippy to get used to, but the neat thing about that is I'm going over here, which is technically where my bookshelf is, but I have to get used to using the opposite arm, even though my bookshelf pillow is right there. You notice the subscribe pillow right there on the bookshelf, you can read it. So when you uncheck that mirror my video, you have to actually use the opposite hands to show something behind you, but you can now read subscribe. And again, it's really trippy to get used to it because I have to, instead of where it would normally be, it would be from right to left, even though you're seeing that from left to right. See, so subscribe. There we go. And in post, you just figure out all the hand motions, and then in post-production, you cut it so you don't see all those flubs and mess-ups, but I'm going to leave it for you just so you can see we're in this together. So that is the one cool thing, is if you have unchecked the mirror my video and you want people to read things behind you, you want to have that unchecked. And actually, that's important. I'm attached to my audio here, but I'm going to try to show you an example of that. So say you're a teacher and you're doing a Zoom presenter, and you have a chalkboard and you want people to be able to read your points, crawl, walk, run. If I had checked the mirror my video, it would be weird. Right here, you can actually read crawl, walk, run. So that's kind of what we're talking about here in this Coach Deb YouTube channel. You don't have to wait for things to be perfect. You crawl. This I got from a Marine that is one of my clients. He taught me this principle of what they teach them in the Marines. You crawl, then you walk, then you run. So you don't just start off running, right? You start off crawling, then you walk. Okay, touch up my appearance. It just softens it. It basically changes the focus in the lens to give you a softer look. So if you notice, it kind of brightened my face up a little bit. I love that feature. That is my favorite feature, the touch up my appearance. Again, if you have a face like me that doesn't wake up before 9 and you have meetings at 9, this is your friend. This is your best friend and your saving grace, the touch up my appearance feature. So again, leave that clicked. We don't want to unclick that. And then right before your very eyes, voila, it looks like the person's having a makeover right in front of you. And I'm a little oily right now. So the other tip I talk about is powder. I use Origin's translucent powder. So men or women, it doesn't put any color on your face. It takes the oil off of your face with the powder that it's not adding color. So it's not really adding makeup. Okay. So that's the touch up my appearance feature. That's how you look your best in a Zoom conference, a Zoom webinar, a Zoom meeting. And some people use it and don't even bother with makeup. So men, you don't have to put your makeup on. You can just click the touch up my appearance and you look your best. Always display participant name on their videos. You want to do that if you're bringing in a web conference or a web meeting that you've got clients or students in the call. So that way you always know who's speaking and you could address them by name. So this is super important if you're bringing in clients to meet or sell them. Turn off my video when joining a meeting. Yes, we talked about that in the video. Do not have your video just broadcast when you're joining someone else's Zoom meeting. So I have that checked to protect me. So when I am joining a webinar or a meeting, my video does not start automatically. There are meetings that I start very, very early and I join, or very late and I still have my glasses on. I haven't really freshened up my appearance. So I don't really want the video streaming automatically. Always show video preview dialogue when joining a video meeting. You're seeing that right there. You get a preview so you know what you look like before you join the meeting. That's a nice feature to have. Spotlight my video when speaking. You saw that earlier. And then display up to 49 participants per screen in gallery view. So that is the settings that I use on video. Let's click over to audio. You want to test your speaker. You want to test your mic. This is where you change the mic. I'm using the AKG USB microphone that's attached to the computer. So you want to test it. You'll see the input levels moving. So I have both the speaker as the AKG microphone, and I'll show you on that video. So I have my headphone that I showed you attached to the microphone. So that way you don't have an echo coming from your computer. And if you watch my YouTube lives, there was a time that I was interviewing, actually it was Mike Filsaime. And right in the beginning of that interview, you're gonna see me flub up that because I didn't realize I had taken the mute off of my keyboard. So be careful if you've got the keyboard. I was bumping up the volume to hear him better. And unfortunately that turned on the mute. It turned off the mute. And then, okay, so let's get out of audio because otherwise it's messing up this. But that's what you do to enhance your audio settings here and make sure that you're using a microphone that is attached as opposed to just the computer. Okay, share screen, enter full screen when a participant shares screen, side-by-side mode. So these are just all my settings here. Chat, I have changed my status to away when I'm active for 15 minutes. If you don't want to show a boss that you're inactive for 15 minutes, you might want to change that to 30 minutes or 60. Bounce application icon when receiving a new message. It's once, you can change that up. Receive notifications for keywords. You can set different things in order to get notified there. So there's a bunch of different things in here, but I really wanted to make sure I showed you the touch up my appearance setting and then also the protection settings. Let's make sure you've got that and the virtual backgrounds. I'm going to show you how trippy this is when you hit a custom background. Now, the ones right up here, the San Francisco Bridge, the grass, the world, the northern lights here, this is, and even Hawaii, that is automatically set as a custom background that you can use when you're in Zoom. I just uploaded this one, and this one. So if you want an office background, again, you need to be in front of a plain white background or a plain, like this is way too busy and noisy, and you're going to see that it's trippy if you put a custom background on it. That's why I don't use it. So let's just say we are in this cool valley bed. You're going to see me, but I'm kind of like this floating head over it. Now, if you start moving your hands, you start seeing the hands kind of be very robotic and weird. You don't see it over there, but you see it on the virtuals. So I don't like it because I feel it has a fake sense, but if you want to entertain people, it's kind of a cool thing to do, but just don't do it in front of a busy background. I'm in front of a bookshelf that has a lot of colors, a lot of background, but I mean, it's amazing the fact that you can even see this background. Now watch if I move out of the camera eye to say, let's say I want to get behind or want to get over to that laptop. So you're going to go over here, and so say you had a background where you could put a laptop here, you can kind of pretend like you're right here in front of the laptop. And really, there's no pretending, there's no fooling anyone. Everyone kind of knows what you're doing, but you could kind of be out there. And see, now all of a sudden I disappeared. So there I'm right in front of that computer. So it's trippy, it's not great. It is fun. So if you're just doing it for fun or if you're a student. What I liked, especially if you're a realtor, you can take a picture of the house you're showing and have that behind you. So you can upload a picture, say you're doing a presentation or an open house now, you're doing a virtual open house, you can actually snap pictures of the house that you're in and then just stay to the side of your background or speaking from the side of the set. And then you have the house that you're showing right there as you just take a picture and upload that picture. So you do have to upload the picture beforehand. And again, if you have a green screen, you just click, I have a green screen, and then just flip a green screen behind you. This will be much more realistic. It still won't look totally legit real, but it'll clean it up much better than what you're seeing here. So again, amazing that technology even is allowing this. Before when I was playing it, like the hand disappears. See, I have a couple, I lost all my fingers. Now I only have 3 fingers, right? So it's a little trippy, but that's a really neat feature for a realtor. And I always tell you to present on the side. Try not to be center. So again, you can see more of what you're showing. You can also, if you're a teacher or if you're teaching something, if you're a coach, an author, you can have these as bullet points. So some people have uploaded PowerPoint presentations, and then you can point to each topic that you are highlighting. You can upload those graphics before you start your Zoom. And then the last thing is if you're in an office setting, you can, again, either have a picture of your own office that you have here. Again, you could try to get behind the chair or behind the desk and sit on the chair. If you notice when you're to the side, it's a lot better because it kind of looks like you're in that office setting and it opens up this area. So you see the hand starts disappearing. It's definitely trippy. It's not perfect, but it adds a little visual interest, especially when everyone's Zooming nowadays and you're not just another boring Zoom. So this helps you look your best, but you'll look your best when you have a green screen that is uploaded. And then again, mirror my video, same thing like we talked about before, right? It kind of flips things around, okay? Okay, recording. You'll want to make sure you store your recordings in a specific spot. If you open that, you can designate it to go wherever you want. I should go back in there and make sure it's none. My bookshelves are back. Okay, so there's a lot of advanced things that you can do in Zoom, which is super cool. Keyboard shortcuts. That's gonna have to be for another video. There's a lot of really cool keyboard shortcuts for your Zoom, including, let me at least get you this one, to mute all your participants. This will help you protect your room. If you have a Mac, it's Command Control plus M, and it mutes everyone on the line. So if all of a sudden you have some chaos and you just wanna mute it, you can do that. If you have a PC, it's Alt plus M, even easier. There's so many more things, but I think we're gonna wrap up this video. I'll do a follow-up video. Be sure to hit the subscribe so that you'll get notified when I do another follow-up video. But I'm losing my voice, I'm losing the sun, and I'm really hungry. But I think we got you the most important things that I wanted to make sure you knew about when you are hosting a Zoom or you are attending a Zoom. So thanks for joining. And right now I'm signing out. Aloha. How to Zoom and look your best is